repeated.
И начало 91-го года.
And mistakes of 1991 have been repeated. I think we can see an obvious mistake, miscalculation. You remember that when the government of Rishkov spoke about its evaluation and its plans and then did nothing. Rishkov's government made statements and did not follow them up. Now people have for themselves decided that any given day we might have free prices. But we will not be able to free the prices right now. Not having decided ways to stimulate production, not taking decisions on demonopolization, because our monopolists are exploiting the situation, not undertaking measures to decrease budget expenses, without talking about enterprises or discussing enterprise issues. Now it's necessary to have very intensive work, joint coordinated work between the republics. Already tomorrow, without delay, in order to work together and not to allow the situation to get worse. It's obvious the process has already started. We need intensive work with Western partners. I must say that this is a difficult assignment. And I must inform you that on the basis of my last meetings in Madrid and in Paris, that the most basic problem is they're afraid of the USSR falling apart. The West is afraid. The West is afraid of the USSR falling apart. The value of the USSR remaining together, that is stressed by our Western partners. They are trying to convince us that it's important that we stay together. About the speedy conclusion of economic union agreements. They have understood that this is in our interests and in the interests of the West, that the USSR be reformed, but that it remain together as a pillar in this world, pillar of support in this world, a pillar of strategic balance. And us, what do we do? Our people understand. I was just given facts about a poll, research throughout the country, done by November 11th, throughout the whole country, Almaty, Moscow, Krasnoyarsk. And the position of our people concerning our union. In Almaty, 78% are for a union. In Kiev, 55% are for a union. In Moscow, 72% are for a union. In Krasnoyarsk, 67.9% people are for a union. This is the Center of Operative Research of the Sociology Department of the Academy of Sciences of the USSR. What are we waiting for, the politicians? We must, by the 11th, sit down and review the agreement of economic union, word by word. All our officials, including Yeltsin, Nazarbayev, and others, I just named the ones I just spoke to recently. All they agree with me. I think we've reached the moment when we must realize, as we have after the coup, that we have a very small amount of time to act. We now see that political issues will be tied to economic decisions.
который имеет прямое отношение
having direct relations with the issues discussed. That's the issue of food production.
Я должен сказать, что
I must say that
идет интенсивная работа.
there's intense work being done, but today, so far,
Мы ситуацию имеем такую.
we have the following situation.
Что касается запасов
About supplies of food, of wheat,
они
they are
имеются для того, чтобы
sufficient
в ближайшие месяцы
for the next few months
обеспечивать
to provide the country
продовольственным зерном и
with breads, with wheat,
продовольственной пшеницы.
and the wheat byproducts,
Важным зерном дело напряженное.
with feed grains. The situation is worse. Imports of grain, the situation here is must also be intensified. We must have more intensive work with our partners. Our partners support us in our difficult times. I formed an operating group which includes the representatives of various republics, transportation, financial organizations, circles, and others who can help us solve this problem. This work must be led continuously, round the clock, and only in this way can huge problems be solved. At any rate, if we act in such a way, we could provide for the realization of our agreements on the economic community and help solve the food crisis for 1992. Solve the food crisis for 1992. But I repeat, this calls for enormous efforts. I must say that in the West, we have partners who are willing to cooperate with us, who are willing to give us real support during these severe periods in our history. They are, by the way, have also declared the support for Yeltsin's economic reforms, and all of this coincides of the main and principal points. That's very important. But we must decide much by ourselves, on our own, in order to provide for our own country to move forward. What is preventing the process of the signing of the economic union agreement by other republics? Yeltsin and Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Azerbaijan, Kyrgyzstan, and Moscow Mayor Popov and other officials all participated in these further discussions. Yevlinsky said that more than 20 issues were prepared, 20 documents, bank union, foreign debt, tax. Bilateral agreements will never be able to replace a single economic agreement, noted Yevlinsky. However, Ukrainian Premier Fokin, who has not yet signed the Economic Union Treaty, said that his position does not correspond with that of the other 12 signatories of the agreement. Problems remain around certain conditions on market situations, but he promised to sign the agreement within 2 days. Silayev spoke. He's the recommended to head the Economic Committee.
You've been watching Monday's edition of TV Inform, the National Soviet newscast. For information on this program, you can write to the Soviet Embassy, 1125 16th Street, Northwest, Washington, D.C. 20037.